Prepare for a battle of the ages in the Pokemon trading card game, Scarlet and Violet Paradox Rift. Available now. Each booster pack of 10 cards sold separately. Cards vary by pack.
So, Paradox Rift was released on November 3rd.
2023.
And on November 24th, 2023, one of my best friends from high school buddy, who had just like another 5 million people 2 months before, re-entered the Pokemon TCG collecting scene due to the power of Kanto. The power of Kanto meaning in August of 2023 we had the release of Scarlet and Violet 151. So as you can imagine, Kanto people, they probably don't like Paradox Rift too much. He sent me, he said, and again, this was on November 24th, 2023. He said, PR is so trash. I'm very disappointed. To which I said, it's my favorite. Now, I will say, even 2 weeks before Paradox Rift release, I was a little baby, even babier YouTuber who had just started YouTubing. Do not look up this video. But I did make a video why Paradox Rift will destroy Obsidian Flames. So even before the set was released, I was already looking forward to it. And I was very excited. And here's why. Well, one of the many reasons why. Paradox Rift has 34 illustration rares and 15 special illustration rares. That is the same amount of special illustration rares as Paldea Evolved and 2 less illustration rares than Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved and Paradox Rift still to this day are technically the only 2 large Scarlet and Violet era sets. Large determined by hits per rarity tier being special illustration rare, hyper rares, blah 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 blah. Paradox Rift is by far and away the second biggest set in this era still to this day. Okay, so that obviously has never changed. That's been a fact since release, and that was exciting for me due to how difficult it is to pull a specific card, so I was already very excited about that. Now, as of right now, the Paradox Rift booster box, it's $176 for one sealed Paradox Rift booster box. That is up quite a lot over the last 2 months, as with all Scarlet and Violet booster box. However, it's actually up probably more than most. Even with that said, just a refresher, your chase top 3 cards from Paradox Rift are Groudon, Altaria, and Roaring Moon. What I love most about Paradox Rift is this. Go look at Paldea Evolved, either the set list or if you're lucky, you know someone who's got a master set, anything, go look at it. You will see a large amount of consistent artworks where every single Pokemon is in some variety of either cute or smiling or sleepy. Every single artwork in Paldea Evolved, especially when you look at the SIRs, the IRs, they have a generalistic congruency to them that clearly makes it very easy to tell it's a Paldea Evolved card. And you can say that with most Scarlet and Violet era sets, like Temporal Forces, it has a congruent vibe. Especially Twilight Gatorade, a very congruent vibe. The one Shredded Fumble, a very congruent vibe. There is one set that is the most controlled chaos, sporadic artwork, way out there, way out there, way out there, all in a row, in a binder or in the set list, and that is Paradox Rift. The amount of abstract, contradicting artworks just in the illustration rare gallery alone, or the special illustration rare gallery, is something you can really appreciate, or you can hate. It just depends what you're into. I am someone who absolutely adores artworks on Pokemon cards that look unique. Simply put, if it looks like there's not a lot of other Pokemon cards that resemble that card, I am going to like that card. Paradox Rift has so many cards like that. I literally just start with Tapu Koko, okay? In the same set as Roaring Moon, Parasol Lady, Golisopod, Goldango. These are all in the same set. These all look like cards that are from completely different sets. So that is something I've always thought was very cool. You combine that with how many different cards there are, and here we go. So, what everyone's wondering, is this a set you should invest in? In my opinion, in this set, up until literally a couple months ago, even the most hardcore Pokemon content creators just is very, very difficult to find other people that share the same opinion of me as it relates to Paradox Rift as being more or less a top 3 set. I'm not going to say it's my favorite Scarlet and Violet set. I will say it is probably a top 3. And to be honest, when it comes to investment potential, I think Paradox Rift, if you view Pokemon sets in this era like fine wine, it started off on such a bad note, following on the heels of Scarlet and Violet 151. To even 2 or 3 months ago, I'm having a conversation with TCA Gaming, and I bring up Paradox Rift, and he says this: Paradox Rift? The hell? I can't even sell that shit for $90. $90, and this was like 3 months ago. The fact that I loved a set called Paradox Rift literally almost broke Rusty, TCA Gaming. Now, I bet he's having trouble even keeping that set in stock. Seriously. Okay? So, it's a bunch of ancient and future Pokemon. It's a bunch of new Pokemon. It's starting out from day one a year and a half ago, like, with all the odds against it. Every week, every month, every year that goes by, there will be more and more human beings covering planet Earth that love these new Pokemon, that love ancient Pokemon, that love future Pokemon, that love the idea of a huge set full of tons of chaotic, contradicting, yet awesome artworks. There's a lot to love about this set. And yeah, it looks damn good in a binder. It looks damn good in a binder, okay? So, it has a current total set value, by the way, per Arizona TCG of $1,250, and I think that might be a little under. I think it's more like $1,300, because I did look, and some of those illustration rares are very, very under TCG player market price as far as on Arizona TCG goes. I would put the set around $1,300 total, but that also makes it the 6th most valuable set so far in the SV era, which literally puts it right in the middle. So it is right in the middle currently, but it is also the 2nd biggest set with a ton of Pokemon, that the number of people that are fans of the Pokemon that appear in this specific set is only going to grow and grow as time goes on. For the booster box itself to only be worth $176 right now, regardless of its, graph over the last 30 days, I think that is very generous. I think the Pokemon Center ETBs, both variants, the Roaring Moon and the Iron Valiant, are some of the cheaper Pokemon Center ETBs on the market today, and I believe they are literally only about $120 and like $105. That is an absolute steal when you look at things like the Twilight Masquerade. Even that's worth $250 sealed right now. So tell me how a Twilight Gatorade Pokemon Center ETB is worth $250, but neither of the Paradox Rift ones, which were only printed half as much, because there's 2, it's worth half as much. Get out of here. The way I see Paradox Rift is nothing but upside. It had all the cards stacked against it at release, and as more and more time goes on, less and less cards are stacked against it, if you catch my drift. Okay, so Roaring Moon, it might still be my favorite SIR from the entire set, but man, there are just so many banger IRs. There are so many banger SIRs. 176 a booster box. Full disclosure, as a lot of you already know, I am not a sealed investor bro. I am a raw card investor bro. So I am not champion. I'm not pumping the set because I own it. I don't even own a single booster box. Even my Pokemon Center ETBs are ripped open, okay? But you saw that text message. That text message don't lie. I have loved this set since before, since during, since after, since always. Paradox Rift is an incredible set, and I truly appreciate the chaotic, the controlled chaos. We got to give Paradox Rift a nickname. Like, beauty is chaos, chaotic beauty. I don't know. Just something about how ridiculous all the artworks are and how they contradict each other, but in such a cool freaking way. All right, so again, it's just, man, the amount of value, by the way, the pack opening experience, the amount of cards. If you open one pack, just one pack of Paradox Rift, there's like 40 different, how many different cards are worth over $10? This set has so much mid to lower tier value. There are so many $10 IRs. There's even $5 to $8 full arts. It is chocked full, extremely affordable, extremely beautiful SIRs. It's not a set that has crazy top value and no bottom value, no mid tier value. It is a set that has value across the board, all the way from $100 down to like $5, and tons of options to choose from a raw card market perspective at current great deals. Plus, in my opinion, tons of investability moving forward, just as more and more people start to fall in love with these. Like, nobody gave a crap about Iron Moth, okay, 6 months ago, a year ago. A year from now, there might be a whole group, there might be a whole Facebook fan page of Iron Moth lovers. You know, and you already know there already is for Slitherwing, okay? So, all I'm saying is, don't always follow the mega hype like Prismatic Evolutions. You're doing a way better job and service for yourself, probably parking some of that non-scalped money as a true investment into a severely underrated, beautiful, you know, mid-tier value currently. Sixth is good. Like, almost $1,300 in set value, pardon me, is nothing to sniff at. I think it'll only go up from there, and I truly do think it is a very investable set for a lot of very simple reasons related to size and over time people just caring more and more about the Pokemon you could pull in that set. All right, that's all I got. I am absolutely 100% a simp for Paradox Rift, and I am absolutely not ashamed at all. I got a bunch of content planned, so I'll probably come out with another video tomorrow night. And until then, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Deuces.